Sometimes it's a journey that teaches you a lot about your destination. For the moments that came before us.
Is caught by Freddie Mitchell.
Back to Westbrook again.
Leaping at a great touch. Intercepted and running in for a touchdown is Eric Allen.
There's only one way to succeed in anything, and that's to give it everything you have. The playoffs are where legacies are built and legends are made.
Air incomplete. Blocked by Alshon Jeffrey for a touchdown. Brooke Robinson, touchdown. Touchdown by Nick Head and falls forward. And he fumbles the football and the Eagles have it.
An eagle does not escape adversity. It simply uses that adversity to lift it higher. A squad that definitely embodies the city it represents. It's time to soar, fly, Eagles fly.
And welcome to the playoff football edition of Birds, Beers, and BS here on the AAT Sports Network. And, dude, I got chills.
Oh?
I got some chills.
You got some chills?
We had some Eagles playoff football Saturday night at Lincoln Financial Field against the shitty New York football Giants. And, dude, props to Trey Thomas, props to Johnny for setting up that video, getting that script, getting out the Trey to make that huge hype-up video for this Saturday night. And I'm in, bro.
Yeah,
I'll say, again, follow, like, subscribe, all our social media platforms. We want to hear from you. What do you think of Saturday's matchup against the New York Giants? Do you feel the Eagles can pull it off? Are you worried about the injury of Jalen Hurts? How will he and the offense be successful against this Giants team that's a hot football team heading into the playoffs? Also, let us know what you think of the other games. Look, a lot of great football this weekend. You have the Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs against the Jacksonville Jaguars. We have the crappy Dallas Cowboys going up against the San Francisco 49ers. Tell us who you think is going to be winning this week's games. Tell us what you think of tomorrow's game. We want to hear Eagles Nation sound off on this matchup.
Please.
Peanut, I'll say welcome to the show. How you been, bro?
King, I've been good. Life is good for the King, you know?
Piss off.
No, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, I went into this whole thing humble and persevering as a King makes me feel good. I feel good, man. This weekend's gonna be one of those weekends that there's a lot of trash talking going on right now, especially online. I love it too. I've been keeping my mouth shut. I'm gonna wait for the proper time to open that mouth and say what I need to say, but I feel like the Giants are a little overconfident. I'm sorry, Giant fans are a little overconfident on what's going to happen tomorrow. So we'll dive deeper into that later on. But
look, I'm tired of hearing all this week. It's difficult to beat three teams. I'm tired of that stigma that you think that just because you beat a team twice, the third time you're not going to beat them.
Right.
That's not completely the case. I think I saw the stat this week that it's happened like 25 times in NFL history. The team that was the home favorite won like 12 out of 17 of those matchups.
Okay.
So look.
Hey.
Typically, a team that beats them three times in a season, it just proves that you're a better football team. But look, throw all those games out the window.
Yeah.
The second matchup, look, the Giants bench almost all their starters for us to clinch the division and clinch the number one seed. So look, it was still a tough matchup. The first matchup, we won decisively, but the Giants were without a lot of key contributors, especially on the defense side of football.
Right.
Look. Throw both those matchups out. This is going to be a tight NFC East battle between two teams that are very familiar with one another and two teams that are playing on the top of their game towards the end of the season. The New York Giants, look, I understand last week going to the playoff games that, look, probably we wanted the Giants because we feel that they're a team that we're most familiar with. But the Giants are also more familiar with us as well. And look, they're playing great football. Last week, they had over 200 yards on the ground. Saquon Barkley looks like he is the player that the Giants hoped he would be, despite having those injuries. Daniel Jones, he's playing great football as well. And the New York Football Giants are on the defense side of football are making plays.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I mean it's a formidable team, man. I listen. I'm not gonna poo-poo on them. I'm not gonna be
Beard of knowledge, chime in, peanut to cheater. I agree, bro.
What?
But again, Phil,
I'm no cheater, man.
It's not his fault that you sent the link into our group chat.
First of all, that's not what I did.
No, it's not your fault, bro.
Okay.
Phil sent the link into the group chat with our fantasy league saying, "Hey, I'm broadcasting the draft live. If anyone wants to come on or bring it or tune in." It was his own damn fault. You still had to make the plays throughout the season and decide what players to play.
Yo, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Phil did help contribute, but
basically, you know what, Phil, you should be proud of yourself because if that's the case, if allegedly, if that's the case, then you basically just played yourself for the championship. It's just the darker side of you won. Shout out to Phil, man. Shout out to Phil. Listen, I'm the king because I'm the king. The belt sits right here. It goes back to my house every day. I put it in my case. And next year, you guys will have a chance to do something. Until then, just enjoy the view. All right. Where were we
free pizza for Edward Smaxier first. There you go.
Yo, I'm going to fuck you up, bro.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you that hard.
Yo, you about to watch Birds, Beers, and brawling.
I'll split the pizza with you.
All right, fair enough. Phil,
there you go, Phil. Yo's pizza now.
That's for sure. Just fucking smack me in the back.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you that hard. I had to do like a small tap like that.
Bow.
I don't know my own strength with these guns. I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, shit.
But look, yeah, and the thing is with this Eagles team, they're a team that a lot of people are concerned about. Or fans are concerned about. A lot of fans are scared going to this game. I'm not trying to be too overconfident. I don't want to be a fan that's going to go into this game saying there's no way we can lose this game because ultimately there's a slight chance we could lose this game.
Yeah.
But on paper, this is an Eagles team that is far and beyond better than the New York Giants. The New York Giants, I feel, are a team on the rise. They're the team that we were last year. Right. We were the team that going to the playoffs, like, look, with the young quarterback, with Jalen Hurts, that we were able to go into the playoffs and we got that playoff experience. That's what the New York Football Giants are right now. Well, with Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, they're getting their taste of the playoffs, and they're a team that, with the right pieces in the offseason, could be a force to be reckoned with in the NFC. But right now, they are not that football team, and that's why, on paper, this is an Eagles team that, up and down, I feel is the better and more complete football team compared to the Giants, and they should handle the Giants pretty decisively.
Right. All right. Well, they're not like us because they won a playoff game. You know what I mean? Last year we went to the playoffs. We basically we got shellacked. This Giants team is peaking at a good time. So like if you go into this game not scared that the Giants might win this game, then either you're just naive or you're just gun ho. So to bring things back down to earth, this team is not the team of last year. This team already won a playoff game, which is one more playoff game than our team of Jalen Hurts.
I agree.
Everyone. So
but it was
should be scared.
But it was against, no offense to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had Tom Brady, but there's a reason why that team was barely 500 this past season, and in an inferior division. Look, just because a team has to go into the playoffs doesn't mean they're a quality football team. Gotcha. And look, they got the Giants. They got their Super Bowl. They like I agree with you. They won the playoff game. They're on a team on the rise. They're like what we were in the 2000s. Right. In that first year, McNabb made the playoffs. We won our first playoff game, and then we ultimately lost to the New York Giants, who went on to play in the Super Bowl. Right. But I feel that this Eagles offense with Jalen Hurts, if we can run the offensive effectively, if we can run it to how we have been running it and finding success. Look, we're going to have to put Jalen Hurts out there. We're going to have to do a lot of this RPO. We're going to have to do a lot of the short passing game. Yeah. I don't want us changing our offense. I don't want us becoming too vanilla because we have seen with Nick Sirianni when the offense when he's not utilizing his players' strengths, our offense becomes very too vanilla, and we're not able to move the football effectively, especially against a Giants team that has a lot of confidence defensively. And look, they were able to shut down the Vikings last week.
Yeah.
Sorry, it wasn't the Buccaneers. The Vikings.
It's okay. I knew what you meant.
The Vikings last week without even getting pressure on Kirk Cousins. They were able to find ways to make plays and find ways to control that offense. That Kirk Cousins is a bum, but they still have one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League with Justin Jefferson. They still had a decent run game. So look, offensively, the quarterback position ain't the greatest for the Vikings, but there's still an offense that's a formidable offense. Yeah, an offense that can be explosive, and the Giants were able to find ways to make plays and contain it.
And he used his legs. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing with this new NFL. The quarterbacks that seem to prosper the most are the ones that can extend drives by using their legs. And what do you have? Like 80 yards running the ball? Like look, you're gonna chew up the clock by running the ball, and then you're gonna chew up that defense by getting these first downs on third down as consecutive as they do sometimes. And that's just I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just saying, like, this Giants team, we shouldn't just overlook them as the team on the rise. We should look at this team just like any other team in the playoffs at this point in the year, and they're a little more scary to like. I don't think we're just gonna blow over these people, like everyone from New York. So, I just see. I see. I'm not scared, but I'm a little like I'm unwilling to commit to either side at this point. You know what I'm saying? Especially after what I saw last week.
I agree, but I don't want the Eagles being too conservative. I don't want them going into this game and just running the ball. I don't want to see the offensive game plan that we saw in that Week 18 matchup where we knew we were the better football team playing against their backups, but we only went in there doing enough to win the football game. These are the playoffs. This is your opportunity as the number one seed, and your chance with this division or with this conference being a little bit lackluster than it is in the past years. This is your opportunity. We don't know when it's going to happen again, especially with this division. The NFC East alone, we haven't had a repeat winner win the division since we did it almost 20 years ago in 2003 and 2004. So this is their opportunity. Next year, the Giants, we are bringing up the Giants, are a team that could be on the rise. The Dallas Cowboys are still a team that are always a force to be reckoned with. Who knows with the Commanders? This is the Eagles' opportunity. This is their chance to go all the way. Especially with this roster.
What if conservative works though? Like I'm saying, say the defense plays great defense. You're telling me you want them to go. You want them to go balls out. I mean, I can see why you would say that, but I don't. Look, you got to do what works, man. You can't be. You got to do what works, man.
You got to be effective. You have to run. You have to be efficient, and you have to get points on the board. That's ultimately the only way to win in the playoffs. Yeah, and I know it sounds easier said than done.
I'm just being a dick. All right.
But look. If you're too conservative, you're playing right into the Giants' hand because this is a Giants football team that relies on the run. This is a Giants football team that is effectively running the football, not just with Saquon Barkley, but Daniel Jones has shown that he has some speed and he has some legs on him to break it out and go for a big run. Look at against us a couple years ago
when he tripped over his own foot.
Yeah, tripped over his own foot and ended up losing the game for them. But look, and their wide receivers, they're not all pro names, but they're efficient, and they have their offense. The way to shut them down is by getting a big lead. I love Nick Sirianni to death because he's been a tremendous coach for us the last couple of seasons, the last 2 years. But if you win the coin toss, take the fucking ball.
He's gonna defer.
Run it. That's why I'm hoping That's why I'm hoping the Giants win the toss and they defer. So we have to see the offense first and get out to an early lead. Because the one way to shut down the New York Football Giants is by taking Saquon Barkley out of this football game and taking the run game out of it. And the Giants are an offense. They don't want to throw the football. They don't want to rely on throwing the ball because nothing against Daniel Jones. He was tremendous last week.
Yeah.
But Their ways of winning the football game is the same way that you want the Eagles to win this game, is being conservative and running it down their throat, establishing drives, wearing down a defense, and punching into the end zone.
Well, you know what? To add to what we were just talking about the last time we met each other, all Giants fans are like, you barely beat us. Nick Sirianni, I think, went into that game with like basically like a vanilla spreadsheet play, like list of plays. I don't think they wanted to show their hand. They just wanted to get by in that game. So maybe you're right. Maybe they come out doing exactly what you say. I just don't see.
That's what I want.
Is that what you were looking for?
I was looking for something.
All right,
I'll say
he found it. Listen, this game is good. And mind you, if they come out and blow them out the box, we're talking about a whole different story after this week, leading up to the championship, before the championship. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. It's tough.
But going to this game, I just don't want I understand Jalen Hurts is hurt, and you don't want to risk further injury because the organization believes he's their franchise quarterback for the future, and he's due a big contract. Mm-hmm. But what better way to be a legend in this city and go out there and take this team to another championship?
The ultimate underdog. The underdog story.
We're not an underdog.
No, not the Eagles. Jalen Hurts' story, like everything he's gone through, from being benched for Tua to moving on to being the second round pick to being booed by basically us. I'm guilty of it. I did the whole like what the hell thing. Everything's put into place, and this kid's been through so much shit. What better story to tell than winning a Super for the Philadelphia Eagles, and then getting a big fat paycheck next year?
It's what Patrick Mahomes did.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes, he was on the bench for a couple of seasons, got thrown in as a starter, ended up winning the Super Bowl, getting Super Bowl MVP, and they paid him big. Because look, this is a roster. We don't know when this opportunity is going to rise again, because this roster, it's going to get gutted after this year, especially if they pay Jalen Hurts, because that's going to be a lot of your cap that's going to be going towards the quarterback position.
Have you no faith in Howie?
It's not that I have no faith in Howie.
He'll find a way.
It's not that I don't have faith in Howie. It's that we don't have the cap to have the roster that we have at our disposal, because we have a quarterback on a rookie deal.
Right, but we got young guys that are going to supplant certain. I'm not saying
not many positions.
Hey,
many positions.
I was pretty surprised by Blankenship's play this year. And you know what I'm saying?
Blankenship's been so good. They bring up Anthony Harris off the practice squad today.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Listen, I'm just saying, man. Don't worry. I think everything's going to work itself out. I don't think key players like Reddick go anywhere. I hope not. I think that guy needs to stay here. And Kaiser White is expendable. You know what I'm saying? We got Dean. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways around this thing. Howie will find a way. Trust me. Look, Howie, you still haven't called me back.
Look, we're going. I believe in Howie that he's going to make us competitive. Going forward.
But not dominant.
But I don't see this team becoming a Super Bowl team. Who knows? Unless Jalen Hurts carries the workload and carries this team to a championship, which he quite possibly could. But I want to look right now. I want to look at the present. I want to look at this playoff seeding.
Right.
When's the last time that besides the Super Bowl year, granted, the Super Bowl year was 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Look, when's the last time that we were the number one seed and we were the most dominant team in the NFC? 2004.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Exactly. And look, this is an Eagles team besides 2017 that we don't have many playoff wins at home.
Yeah.
We haven't won a playoff game at home since we were in attendance in 2006 with Jeff Garcia.
I was there. Those dope ass seats.
Besides the Super Bowl year.
Yeah, that was a.
This is a city and a team over the last decade that has not had much success in the playoffs, especially at home.
Yeah.
So we don't know when this is going to happen again. We don't know when this is going to rise. As a fan, you hope and you keep on thinking that this is a team every year that's going to be a Super Bowl contending team, which they quite possibly might be going forward. But it's not a guarantee.
It's never a guarantee.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's never a guarantee. But I mean, we're in a pretty good situation though. Like, even if we have our ebbs and flows, I feel like we found our quarterback for the future. We found our franchise quarterback, our leader of the team. We've gotten an identity on the defense. Well, that's until they take Gannon, but hopefully.
And that's another thing. Right now, you have two coordinators, your offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, up for head coaching positions.
Mhm.
And Vic Fangio, who's been in the front office helping with players and player personnel, he might be on his way out with the defensive coordinator position. So, look, there's three components to this team going forward that might not be here next year.
Right.
And everyone's going to complain about Steichen and about Gannon. Be careful what you wish for, because if they're gone, there's no guarantee that we're going to get a high-quality, decent name to come back in here and fill those positions, or a guy that we're going to have faith in to put this team back on the map.
Well, yeah, see, you're talking like you have no faith in the Howie. Howie will find a way.
Coaching has nothing with fucking Howie. Howie assembles the roster.
Yeah, Howie does everything. He is the CIA of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Go suck Howie's dick some more.
What? You see, that's Howie casting a spell on you. And do not talk to your king like such.
Yeah.
No, listen, I see what you're saying. You're saying the time is now. This is the moment. You have the roster. You have the players. You have the coaches. This is a pivotal point, and I'm telling you, you should be scared, because if you weren't scared, then you would be overlooking basically all the intangibles that occur during football games. So
what's your keys to the Eagles' victory this coming Saturday?
Key to victory is getting to Daniel Jones. You got to get to him. You got to put him on the ground. Like, staying disciplined on the defense and multiple harassment sacks. Not just a sack, maybe just take a penalty once or twice. No, I'm joking. But, like, make him understand that he really has to get rid of that ball fast so that he can so that this defense will create turnovers. And on the offensive side of the ball, it's eating that clock up. Eating that clock up and scoring. Score, eat the clock up. Score, eat the clock up. I think in this situation, well, I was going to ask you, but you go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to cut me off. I'm not cutting you off.
You cut your king off?
I disagree.
Okay. Well,
because look, the Eagles' success this year hasn't been sitting back and waiting for things to happen. Right. Their success this year, especially offensively, is going out there with their explosive playmakers with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders, Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts, which all will be playing. You get Lane Johnson back.
Yep.
Is go out there and be aggressive and try and allow this defense to play honest. Because, look, if you get too conservative and you just expect to run the football or the RPO, it has shown that defenses have found ways to eliminate that and eliminate your offense. You don't want to be forced in second, third, and longs, because this team has shown that they aren't very good on third down when it's third and long.
Right.
This is a team that each play, they want positive yardage. They want to find ways to get first down, but then out of nowhere, they get you that big play threat with the speedy wide receivers. This is an offense that is number one in the National Football League. Where are they at right now? I just had the fucking stat. Either way, they're one of the top scoring offenses in the NFL.
Right.
Where is it? What the fuck is that? I just had it. I don't fucking know. But either way, look, they're 18th or they're third in offense with 389 yards total, fifth in rushing, ninth in passing, points per game. Here we are. Sorry, third in the NFL with 28.1 yards a game. Okay. So look, the way they're winning football games is by scoring points. And like I said, brought up earlier, if you get too conservative, if you're an offense that is going to allow the Giants to stick around within a 6 to 10 point game, you're buying right into their hands, because look, the Giants can still run their offense. I want the Eagles to go down the field, shove it down their throats, and get in the end zone and get out to big leads early. Because then it lies right into the defense side of football into Jonathan Gannon's hands.
Okay,
because you could utilize
one-dimensional.
Make them one-dimensional. Utilize your speed. Utilize your pass rushers, and get after Daniel Jones. Because if with the amount of pass rushers that we have at our disposal,
Right.
Daniel Jones, he's going to be one man that's going to be banged up at the end of the game.
Is Sweat coming back for this game?
I know Avonte Maddox is out.
Sorry, man. That was brought to you by whatever I was just drinking. The smell. Nah, I see. It's two sides of the same coin, though. Because what this team does best, honestly, is just run that ball down your throat. I don't want to go too like explosive because you don't want to turn the ball over. That's one thing you really don't want to do, especially in a game like this one. Like you turn that ball over, I mean, you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So if the defense does its job, just score. You know what I'm saying? Take 5 minutes off the clock. Do whatever you got to do. So I mean, like I said, you there's a case for what you said to be made, but in the same sense, I think I'm right because I'm the king.
You win one fucking fantasy football league and you think you're the freaking king.
one fantasy league. It's the only time I'm like King Arthur. I pulled the sword out the stone and I got the championship belt.
Yeah.
Bought me a gold watch with all the earnings that I made with that. Joking, it was in my car. I was this would be funny to wear.
Pretty fucking much. But yeah, we're both on the same page.
Yeah.
Really, that the only thing that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to do, the only way they're losing this football game, in my opinion, is that they hurt themselves with turnovers and penalties.
Yeah.
Because matchup, this is an Eagles team that should superbly beat the Giants, especially
superbly.
I don't know.
You know what? Yo, we should start making T-shirts out of the words you make up. I mean, I think it's a real word.
No, that's a real word. I probably just didn't use it right.
Took it out of context.
I don't think I used it right.
Took it out of context. Kind of like pushing someone out of bounds. That's what Jeffrey does with the English language. But yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I mean, especially since you're gonna be there.
I wish. Too bad my wife has me by the goddamn balls and let me freaking do anything.
Jana?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm waiting for the response.
She's not watching anymore. She's dealing with Addie probably right now.
But yeah, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be fun to watch. You're watching it at my house. Yo, Tommy, you are formally invited. Don't even tell him he's invited.
Tommy's not fucking watching.
Don't even tell him. I'm going to send it to him. I'm like, yo, do you watch the show? He's like, yeah, cool. Yeah. Tommy, I had a whole segment of like a minute and 30 seconds. This is your segment. You were invited. I'm not going to invite you until you watch this shit. But yeah, man, it's gonna be fun, especially watching it from like champions, like champions to champions. You know what I'm saying? When you start watching these people play, you understand the grit and the determination they put into it. Kind of like.
Are you comparing NFL players to your shitty fantasy football league or a championship that you literally just click a button, decide who you want to put in your lineup?
I mean, it was pretty exhausting. It was one of those moments in my life where I realized, you
probably did it while you're on the shitter. That was probably the exhausting
this
part.
This is probably what athletes feel like when they do their thing. So yeah, I kind of feel exactly how they feel, man.
So what's your score?
Oh, that's a good one. Score is going to be 28-14. Philadelphia Eagles.
Look, I can't bet against my Philadelphia Eagles, and I feel it's gonna be a close matchup. Look, this is a Giants team with a lot of confidence. Yeah. A Giants team that is rolling on all cylinders, especially offensively. I feel early on they're gonna cause a little bit of problems, maybe get an early lead. But look, too much firepower, too much playmaking ability, and too much speed for that Giants defense to handle against the Philadelphia Eagles offense. With Jalen Hurts back at the helm, back at full strength, he's off the injury report. Look, he's a full go, and when Superman is out there balling out with the weapons that he has with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith with the career or the record-breaking seasons that both those players had. Yeah. You had Dallas Goedert to the mix and Miles Sanders on the ground having his first 1,000-yard season. This is also an Eagles team that's playing with a lot of confidence and with everything on the line for a chance to host the NFC Championship game at Lincoln Financial Field the following week. Dude, those players are.
That's the ticket he
those players are throbbing at the mouth right now, waiting for the opportunity.
Throbbing at the mouth. I'm sorry, I was trying to keep that in. But go ahead, continue on. I'm sorry.
Look, they're a team that this is their opportunity, and I feel a lot of these guys know that this is their opportunity to have something special because this is probably their last chance as a team for them to do something like this.
Yeah.
And I feel Jalen Hurts, he's going to come back and prove the doubters wrong. He's going to help earn that paycheck, and he's going to have a tremendous football game, carving up the New York Football Giants, I'm going to say, for 4 touchdowns.
Whoa.
And the Philadelphia Eagles pull away late in the game to win this one. I'll say 35-17.
Damn. Okay. All right.
So I think it's gonna be a close game early, but the Eagles have shown they can be a second half football team and find a way to score points in the second half.
They're gonna be throbbing at the mouth, man.
Foaming at the mouth. That's why I fucking.
Like,
this is why I do a fucking podcast. But look, hopefully we're talking Eagles football next week.
Yeah,
as we hopefully talking about the NFC Championship game. Who do you think the Eagles are going to be playing in the NFC Championship game? 49ers or Cowboys?
I'll tell you who I want to play, and I'll tell you who I think.
You want to play the Cowboys, but you think we're going to be playing the Niners?
Correct.
I agree.
Agreed.
Look, sorry, Jen, nothing against your Cowboys, but that fierce defense with
you're about to get brocked.
49ers with the blitz packages that 49ers defense is going to bring out.
Yeah, their 49er defense.
Dude,
no joke,
Dak is basically like a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
One day he'll have a good game, the next or a yo-yo. That's why I want the analogy. One week he'll have a good game, the next week he has a shitty game. So look, he's after last week having 5 touchdowns. This week he's due to fucking have a shitter of a game.
5 interceptions for that guy,
pretty much. But look, hopefully,
not to cut you off though. But how dope would it be to have the
Eagles
NFC?
Cowboys?
Oh man, that would be great.
Me and my wife will be divorced by the end of that week. Especially if the Eagles win, because I'm going to the Super Bowl, Jenna. Sorry. I'll be in Phoenix that week. Tell your Aunt to save me a spot on her couch.
There you go.
But look, thank you for everyone for tuning in. Whatever. It's I'm more amped for the game, but look, I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Yeah,
because look, this is a team that
this is what we live for.
This is a team that we kind of hope was going to be in this position, but we didn't actually think it was going to happen. And look, and everything is lining up just perfectly for this Eagles team to make that Super Bowl run, and hopefully we are correct.
And we're still on the path.
We are still on the path.
Do you notice we never moved this thing at all? I mean, it teetered a little bit. But Jalen Hurts, the Hurts alert all year long. Maybe this is the lucky charm.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Right? But again, I want to say thank you to our sponsors real quick. Thank you for Homage, homage.com for a lot of great different T-shirt designs, including this tremendous design, NFL Jam, Cunningham, Reggie White. There's some Brian Dawkins, Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, Jalen Hurts, and a lot more designs for you. So check out homage.com. Our referral link is in the description of the episode. So click that link. It helps the AAT Sports Network crew out quite a bit. It helps supports us. So if you're interested in getting a couple of shirts, maybe Valentine's around the corner, if you have a certain husband that is in the sports and wants a certain design, go out and use our code and get them a great shirt. Like to thank our friends at Stuff to the Grills in Allentown. They're located at the Old Town Shopping Center. Order by calling 484-274-6760 or visit stufftothegrills.com for their full menu and specials. They're also available for catering orders as well. I'd like to thank our friends at Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant in Allentown in the Old Town Shopping Center off Iroquois Trail in Allentown. Order takeout or delivery at 610-395-2300 or vinnyspizzapa.com. Check out their game day specials as well, especially the Super Bowl coming up.
Yeah.
Need some pizzas? Definitely check them out. And I think that's it. Again, also make sure to check out AATSportsNetwork.com and AATSportsNetwork.com/shop for all our great designs of our own merchandise, from Birds, Beers, and BS to the Weekly Report to Burning Bridges and much more at AATSportsNetwork.com/shop. Pina, any final moments here?
Actually, you know what? I'm going to say this. Shout out to all those Giant fans that have been talking shit all week. I haven't said a word.
Fuck off.
If we win, just wait for the phone calls. Please answer it. It's going to be a great weekend, great football weekend, actually, to watch teams go at it. But it's going to be fun, man. We're going to have a good time. I'm going to get some footage of us watching the game. I will post it, maybe. I don't know. Who cares? Nobody. But we're back, man. We're back, and this is who would have thought we'd be here? The beginning of the year, never thought in the world we'd even be in this situation. it's a good situation to be in, and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to make us happy, hopefully, this weekend.
We're going to be jumping for joy, or we're going to get ridiculously drunk and depressed. Well, Pino, not me.
No, I'll get ridiculously drunk.
He'll be drunk. I'll be depressed. But again, thank you for everyone for tuning in. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing. Send it to your friends. Send it to the hobo. Send it to the homeless guy. Send it to someone online.
Yeah.
Send it to someone who might want to subscribe. We're up to 392 followers. So look,
give us 400. Like, geez, like
400, 500, 600. Get us to the 1,000 mark. Let's not play any games.
Why are you hating?
It's free to sign up on YouTube, and all you have to do is click a button and watch a show every now and fucking then.
Right? God
damn, bro.
Put it on mute. You don't even have to listen to us. Just put it in the background while you clean your dishes.
But again, as we end every show here on Birds and Beers, whatever the fuck we're called, yeah.
What?
Peace out.
Sometimes it's a journey that teaches you a lot about your destination. For the moments that came before us,
Is caught by Freddie Mitchell. Back to Westbrook again. Leaping. And a great touch to the left. Intercepted. And running in for a touchdown is Eric Allen.
there's only one way to succeed in anything, and that's to give it everything you have. The playoffs are where legacies are built and legends are made.
Air incomplete. Blocked by Alshon Jeffrey for a touchdown. Brooke Robinson, touchdown. Touchdown by Nick Pitt. And falls forward. And he fumbles the football, and the Eagles have it.
An eagle does not escape adversity. It simply uses that adversity to lift it higher. A squad that definitely embodies the city it represents. It's time to soar, fly, Eagles fly.